And with that, we are going to bring on board Willow Sana to speak to us.
Awesome. I'm so happy to be here. I love it. I love it's just love T-shirts matter and everything that you guys have going on. So I'm really excited to be here and love Planned Parenthood. I am super passionate about women's rights in general, human rights in general, but women in particular. If I get really fired up about anything, it is supporting women and helping women rise up. That's about 80% of my business, is helping women rise up. And so fun to be a part of this crew that is supporting this cause. And yeah, so I would love to dive in. I'm essentially today want to give everyone who's watching the gift that I wish I could give women everywhere. And so for all of you who are out there, I'm actually even really curious to hear, first of all, like, if you're there, I'm used to speaking to audiences of hundreds of people. COVID obviously changed a lot of that. I'm sure all the musicians that played tonight are used to playing for big audiences. So what would be really helpful for me is if you just said, "Hey, Willow," in the chat. And if you are catching the replay, also just maybe put hashtag replay on it so that we can see that you're there and that you're out there and that you're listening. Because I love just to know that, and just hear. So at any time too that you want to participate and say hi and chime in on anything that's sparking for you that I'm talking about, I would love to see it and I would love to hear it. So yeah, and in fact, I used to go to tons of live shows in San Francisco, and this is actually how I even know Mike, is from way back in San Francisco, and we are both huge fans of live music. So I'm really just giving massive kudos to all that Mike and T-Shirts Matter do to help bring this awareness to music. And this is so connected to my heart because I work with creative entrepreneurs. And so, creators of any kind, really, who have what I say is, like, I work with those who have a message or a calling that is coming through. And that is musicians, right? That is artists. And so I love that you're supporting so many artists on this. And you guys, we've gotten to listen to so many incredible musicians tonight. And ultimately, anytime you are a creator, this is why we need artists so big time. We need musicians so big time. And it requires so much courage, right? Anytime you have this calling or this message, this gift, this desire, this passion that you want to then let out, right? To express yourself, to share with the world, whether that be on products, right? Like T-Shirts Matter, on these physical products. And also there's a ton of great artists that do some collaborations with T-Shirts Matter that are amazing, beautiful artists everywhere that he's putting on T-shirts and NFTs, and so cool. And then these musicians, it takes so much courage. So I want to talk about that, because the gift that, if I really was able to just dole out a sweet little gift to every single person, and believe you me, I'm doing it in my own way. This gift is really, it's more than a gift. It's almost like a reminder and a reflection. So I want to dive into this with you. I just have a few minutes to share my expression, right? This is the gift that's coming through me and the way that I do it. And the gift that I want to give to you is even through the reflection that you're seeing here of, like, I'm super fired up about this. And so I'm shouting it from the rooftops and wanting to share it as much as possible. And I want you to be listening in, or just noticing, what is that for you? What is the thing that you wish you could change the world with, right? Or what's the idea even, or the passion, or the creative expression that keeps knocking on your door? And it might even feel kind of terrifying or a little bit big and scary, because it feels like such a big responsibility, or you don't know where to start, or you don't know how you're going to make money with it. So I loved even hearing the Rexy girls story, because that is such a great example of, like, how they recognize this huge gap in the market. And she's obviously is like a business owner through and through. So I work with business owners who, same thing, have usually the women that I work with in particular have already been consummate professionals in some way, shape, or form in their lives and in their businesses. And then they have maybe even gone through some kind of burnout or some kind of a transformational experience, either in their own physical health or in their own spiritual journey of some sort, that they're like, wow, I want to do this deeper layer of work. I want to make a bigger impact. I want to actually utilize this gifts and all this wisdom that I have learned, and I want to share that with others. And I believe that this is the time that we are in across the board. Like I said, every day is like Women's Day in my mind, because in many ways, I think we are going through this just massive shift in the world, which is really, however you want to call it, like smashing patriarchy, right? Whatever this like shift is, finally, like we should even have to fight for the equality and equity of not only women, but I mean, people of color, like all races, genders, everything, right? So, and this, I get really passionate about this period of just essentially having us all have the freedom to be fully who we are, right? Allowing all of who you are to be okay. And here's the thing, that we're unwrapping and unraveling in this time, whether you want to call it, kind of like smashing the patriarchy, or, stepping into women's rights more and really rising up, right? Here to help as many women rise up. And here's the thing, is that we have not been given really healthy examples and positive examples of what power looks like, right? Typically, and what we've all been raised in, let alone our parents and then their parents above them, have been very abusive forms of power. And we're seeing it right now in the world today. I mean, like in just heartbreaking ways, right? This very old way, if you will. And I believe that, even we're like at this age of Aquarius, and everything that we're stepping into is shifting into a new way. And I firmly and wholeheartedly believe that women are going to be at the center of this, and not just women as in like women who were born as women, but really the feminine spirit, which is really a very creative spirit. It's a very nurturing spirit, right? It's much more about trust and collaboration and coming together, as opposed to really like, negative, forceful war, right? And the taking and the pillaging for power and control. So just as a little framework here, that's really what I want to talk about, because what I want to give to you as this gift, and really, like I said, as a reminder more than anything, is that you have this incredible power within you. And every single one of you who is listening right now, I know you can tap into whatever that is for you. Most often, it's actually the thing that comes so naturally to you, right? So it could be even just that you are a very empathetic, caring person and you love listening. That's your superpower, right? It might be that you have, all the beautiful musicians that we heard tonight, like you have got an ear for music. Believe me, if I wish I could sing, I would. I always say, like, if I had 3 genie lamp wishes, one of them would be to have this beautiful voice that I could just belt it out, right? And so I'm so pleased and honored that every single one of these musicians are coming out there and sharing your magic and your genius. So as a reminder, you have this power within you, and you get to choose. So the best gift that you can give the world is for you to listen to your gift, to express it, to share it, call in the support if you need to, because we need you and your magic and your gift.
Thanks, Willow.